Hello everybody, so this is Gayatri and I love talking about God, about manifestation, about love, about kindness, about spirituality, about law of attraction, law of assumption and just anything and everything life. So if you're someone who'd be interested in something like this, you can subscribe to my channel, please. Yeah. Okay, and also I apologize in advance because there's a lot going on here and there are kids playing around, so there might be some noise, some disturbance, so I'm just sorry for that. Yeah, so let's begin with the video. Yeah, so in this video we'll be discussing about God and just everything God, like what is God, where do you find him, how do you find him, and I hope that by the end of this video you have your answers. Yeah, so let's begin. So now let's just understand what is God, right? So let's say, for example, you are living away from your hometown in a completely different city, and you're working there. So and you have had a terrible day at work, and then you come back to your room, to the place where you're living, and then there's a friend there waiting for you. And then you come back and you vent all about your day to him. And he's just there and he's just listening to you. He's not judging you. And then at the end, he just hugs you and he says, "It's okay. It'll be better. It'll all get better. You're okay. I am with you." Right? So this is day one. Now you go back. And then again you come back to the room, and again you're venting about something, and again you're crying about something, you're complaining, and then even then that friend is just there and he's still listening, and he still comforts you and he says that, "You know what, it's okay, it'll be better, it'll all get better, it's okay, just trust me." Then this happens. Then what happens is that one day you accidentally break his coffee mug, let's say, right? And now you'll think that, oh, now too he'll get mad at me. But, and then you confess to him that, "Listen, I broke your coffee mug." But this friend still says, "It's okay, no problem, I forgive you." Then you think, what kind of friend this is? Like, he's so loving, he's so kind, and he's so forgiving. What is he? Who is he? Right? So that, my friend, is God. Consider God as that friend of yours who's just there waiting for you. He's sitting there and waiting for you to just come and talk to him. His hand is just there and he just wants you to hold it. He's just waiting for that. That is God. So if you're someone who does not necessarily believe in God, then you can think of him as some higher power, some energies, your higher self, anything that feels natural to you. Alright. So now you'll say that, okay, you say there's God, but I cannot see him. Then how do I believe that he exists? Well, can you see the air with your naked eyes? Can you see it? No. But does it exist? Yes. Similarly, with God, we cannot see him with our naked human eyes. But that does not necessarily mean that he does not exist. He does. He does exist regardless of we believe it or not. Right? Now, the thing is, where to find him? How to find him? Where is he? So let's say, okay, so there's this YouTube video called "The Egg, a Short Story." So in that video, it is explained that how all of us have come from God, right? So there's God. He created all of us, each one of us. This world, this entire world, he has created. That means he is in each one of us, within each one of us. So all of us are one, and all of us share the same consciousness of God, right? So we are basically just the human embodiment of God. And all of us, I'm sorry, there's my dog there. I'm really sorry. So yeah, so what I was saying, there's just a lot of disturbance today. Okay. So I was saying that that means that God is everywhere, in us, within us, in our souls, in this watch, in this ring, in this earring, everywhere. He's just in every particle, in every atom. It's God, right? So now the question is, okay, I'm extremely sorry. So now the question arises that if you say that God is within you, God is within all of us, then why do people go to temples? Why do we go to religious places? What's the point? So now my understanding of that is why I go to temples. See, I'm not saying that God does not exist in those idols. As I said earlier, he exists in every particle, every atom. So that naturally means that he is there in those idols, right? So, but why do I visit temples? Is that, or any religious place for that matter, is that I believe that all the people that visit religious places, when they are there, in their hearts, the only feelings that they have are hope, belief, love, right? Yes, there are a lot of times that people go to God and worship him just so that they can complain about it, that they can complain about their lives. But deep down, still in their core, what they have for God is love and belief and hope, right? So that is the energy that they are emitting when they are at the temples or any religious place. And that is the energy that surrounds that place, right? That is why when we visit such places, we feel so powerful, so safe, so comforted, and so peaceful. So that is my understanding of it. And it is not mandatory to go to any religious place to worship God. In fact, you can just sit here and just close your eyes and just go within and just talk to him, pray, worship. And if you do not want to ask for anything, don't. Just say thank you. Just talk to him. Tell him about your day. I'll just tell you one thing, like what I do. I love talking to God, and I believe in Krishna a lot. So what I do is that my day starts with him and my day ends with him. So I am an extremely imaginative person. So what I do is I just close my eyes and I just imagine that there's a big tree and there are butterflies there, there are birds there. I love animals, so there are cows there, there are dogs there, and there's a little stream flowing there. And it's all green. We are in the midst of nature and everything, and Krishna is sitting there just waiting for me. And then I go to him and then I talk to him about my day, and then I tell him about how I've messed up. And there are days when I don't mess up. Most of the days I don't. So there are days when I don't mess up, and then I talk to him about that as well. And I'll just tell him anything and everything. And that just makes me feel so good and so relieved, because I know that he was there all along waiting for me. He was just there. And I feel so peaceful while doing that. So this is what I do, and I even enjoy going to temples and all. So if you're someone who does not like to visit these places, you can do this. You can worship your God, your high self, just sitting right where you are. Okay, so yeah, so I'll be quoting the Bhagavad Gita, um, chapter 10, verse 20. I'll not be reading the actual verse since it is in Sanskrit and I'm not well versed with that, so I may end up pronouncing it wrong. So, yeah. So, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 20 says that here Krishna is talking to Arjun. So, he says, I am the super soul, O Arjun, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. So again, he is within us. He is not separate from us. Please stop thinking of him as someone who's separate from you, who's different from you. No, he is just with us all the time. Like, you do not even have to go to him, right? He's just there. Just acknowledge the fact that he's there. That's it. Now again, this is not from the Bhagavad Gita. This is just a quote that God is He from whom all living beings have emanated. God is He within whom all living beings are situated. God is He into whom all living beings shall unite. So, God is with us, He is everywhere, and these quotes and the Bhagavad Gita says the same thing. And I do believe that all the other religious books say the same thing as well. I haven't read all of them, but I do believe that that is what they say. So yeah, I hope you have the answers to your questions. I hope you know what is God, who is God, where is He, how is He, how to find Him, how to go to Him, where to start. So yeah, now also it's Dashera here in India. So if you're someone who's not from India and you're watching this video, so it's Dashera in India, and it is observed as a celebration of good over evil. So yeah, so happy Dashera, and let the God in you win over everything else. Thank you.